Just a minute, Priyanshu.
Okay, sir, it's fine.
Nifty options, may I know your name?
Hi, this is Vivek.
विवेक आए ब्रो.
This
नाम क्या है? एनएफ ऑप्शंस लेके आया.
Nehan, new alias.
गुड ब्रदर.
Hi, Priyanshu.
Hello, sir.
यार सर मत बोलो.
Okay, okay.
सब बाय
Yeah.
बाय है.
Right, right.
So people who are watching in YouTube, so today we are going to discuss about option. Now we are going to discuss about market movements using options, and Mr. Vivek, with the name of NF options, is an expert, and he'll help us decode option chain today. So विवेक भाई, yesterday we got some very good entries. एक तो हम लोग आके ये किए,
Right.
18400 शॉर्ट किए. So 92 से we traveled up to 58 and we still have one third position open. And
अच्छा, you're carrying forward that position,
no,
right?
no, my position is different, but मैं उस position मतलब
हाँ.
short में था. I took put options. I already have put
Right.
options, and yeah.
Great.
And on top of that, we I think दो तीन small stop loss दिए हम लोग, but एक या दो एंट्री में हमको 40-50 points weak nicely.
Right.
Yeah, so yesterday we had a nice time. People who haven't watched, you can go and check yesterday's live video. हम लोग के सिर्फ for 2 hours we uploaded, but for morning we were in Zoom meeting. And ये 2 घंटे के बाद ही मेरे को स्ट्राइक हुआ कि अच्छा लोगों, if people also listen will be good. इसके लिए कल बहुत लेट स्टार्ट किया Zoom. But I think we were enjoying now Vivek yesterday, and Mukesh
Yeah,
was
yeah.
also there.
The session,
Very
the
good.
discussion with
Discussion
the
was good, and
participants.
we were not able to,
हाँ.
our psychology was maintained. अपना mindset, अपना psychology both, we didn't took some fake trades.
So, Vishal sir, frankly speaking,
Yes,
it was like it is such an important forum where if the traders get together as a group, then it becomes much easier to manage your emotions and your mental game, which is so much required in options selling and
yes,
options buying.
yes, 100%. क्योंकि क्या हम
So,
लोग क्या अकेले होते हैं ना, कोई बाजू में नहीं, तो no one is to guide या कुछ बड़ा movement हो, we don't know what to do. है ना,
right.
जब साथ में, so why I like this is I have a Tamil channel, दोस्त का Tamil channel है, उसमें 100 जने 120 जने हम लोग, we always be
Right.
online, so it gave me lot of stability and lot of mindset, and you know लोगों का different concepts, different uh,
And good thing is like at least in our forum we are sticking to very less things. Like obviously we have
yes,
stock discussions, but then nifty options and mainly selling is something
yes,
where people are more interested in, and that's what the
yes,
interest area of this group is, which makes it more
yes.
relevant
No,
for
we
any
will
option
discuss all the
sellers to come and give.
strategies. We
Right.
ask people come, we'll discuss everything. But option selling is something we can do on intraday. See, I am a
Right.
positional guy. I am a pair trader. So, if I discuss, it will be boring. My positions are open for 1 month, 2 months. So, one of my friend he does equity. I told him to come and talk.
Hmm.
वो भी एक थोड़ा interesting. Yesterday I explained, 1 hour के ऊपर
Right.
system क्या किया, तो he takes a trade, and he is
Uh-huh.
making very good money. Okay, so like this we'll keep inviting, as and when we proceed.
Sure.
जैसे टाइम जाएगा,
Right.
we'll keep inviting people with different strategies. Option selling, maybe there are different methods to do option selling.
Yeah, yes, sir.
I
In
think
terms of strategies, there's so many
yes,
strategies in the market wherein
yes,
people trade on 945 candle, 920
yes.
candle,
OI भी देते
235
हैं,
candle.
yes, OI भी
Matlab,
करते हैं,
still
सब
they're making
करते हैं.
money. So basically, all is required is you need an
Mindset.
average strategy, but a great
Yes,
mindset to actually make it
yes,
work
yes,
for
yes.
you.
All strategies make money, but mindset आके आपको यहीं पे मिलेगा. You won't get it anywhere else. So,
Right.
Vivek, you can share the screen, and Priyanshu, you give a small introduction about yourself.
Acha, Vishal, for the time I don't have
Yes.
right to share my screen, not allowed. If you
Uh,
can,
yeah, I don't know. I can, let me check. They can share the screen. मुझे.
no, I'm getting an option that you're not allowed to share your screen.
Okay, Priyanshu, can you give a small introduction about yourself?
Hi, I am
Yes.
Priyanshu from, I natively stay in Delhi. I'm from Delhi. I work
Okay.
here.
Awesome.
And in stock market, I'm acting from last 3 years.
Yes.
And currently, I manage a decent capital,
Yes.
close to 50 lakh.
Oh, good.
And my strategies are also into option selling only. Earlier, I was active in future and option buying, but later, when I started with bigger capital, option selling was the natural way to scale up because I got a better comfort in option selling as compared to other forums. So my strategy mostly include on weekly basis. I am a weekly trader. I due to my active job and all, I don't get so much time to involve in day trading. So I mostly target around 1% per week, and which is a decent return for my capital.
Very good, Priyanshu.
Yeah,
Very good
yeah,
introduction.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
not
do
decent. That's excellent actually.
excellent. Yeah, it is 4% per month. Okay,
Right.
yeah.
but Priyanshu, so you do positional option selling.
Yeah, like mostly it's weekly and bi-weekly.
Okay, so you use any type of tools like algos or something? Because you told me you are
Basically,
working, right?
yeah, yeah, I'm into a full-time
Yes.
job.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what kind of tools do you use?
So basically, one of the key platform is Sensible.
Okay.
I'm a premium member over there,
Okay.
and I also have one algo setup which
Okay.
help me execute orders
Trades.
in different accounts.
Okay. Awesome. Then.
And maybe I can discuss on setup,
Yes,
but
definitely.
I'll,
So setup things we'll discuss on weekdays. Will you be
yeah,
available
yeah,
on Monday?
yeah, I can find times of.
Yes. So any day, it's not like Monday. Kabhi bhi, market time with your laptop so that you can show and explain. Okay.
Sure, sure,
There's
sure.
nothing ki
Okay.
Monday or Tuesday kabhi bhi. Okay.
Yeah, okay, sure.
So विवेक जी एंड
Okay.
मुकेश भाई आप कुछ बोले नहीं योर माइक इज फाइन
Yeah, yeah, I'm there.
यस मुकेश
I think Priyanshu, I meet you, na, in
यस
Delhi.
यस
Yeah, we met earlier.
Yeah, yeah, you were
ओके
in the office, right?
ओके मुकेश एंड प्रियांशु आप दोनों साथ में देखे हाँ
No, no,
Yeah,
मैं
we met
मिला
once
हूँ.
in his
ओके
office.
ओके एक्चुअली आई हैड टू मीट्स सो आई डोंट नो विच मीट में कब मिले किसको डिड वी मीट एट साकेट नो साकेट वाला नहीं था जनपद कॉफी डे राइट
Yeah, yeah.
जनपद कॉफी डे एट दिल्ली यस गुड 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 चलो very soon I'll plan a meet in Delhi also. So if I have many people, it is worth traveling to Delhi. चार पांच जने के लिए मेरे को travel करना I don't feel good.
No, no, Vishal sir, you need to
Yeah.
expand your network and plan your Delhi visit soon.
Yeah, no, that's what. अभी तक 15-20 जने हैं तो I can definitely I don't mind spending. But पांच
Right.
जने के लिए I come and go so. चलो विवेक भाई, you can explain what is your thought option chain के हिसाब से next week what is your plan? Market क्यों
Okay.
गया? Why it didn't fall? मार्केट बाउंस लेगा कि नहीं विल बी बाउंस बैक
So,
कहाँ तक बाउंस जाएगा
so taking to this weekly, talking about this weekly series, which is expiring on 22nd. So the build-up of the chain for this weekly series starts typically on the last Thursday of the previous series. So if you go by date, then Thursday was 15th. So 15th onwards, 15th second half is where portions typically start getting built. And that's where if you see the highest current open, this is the current open interest chart when we see the big blocks which are currently the open interest standing. The pink ones are the put while the blue ones are the calls. So if you see the highest open interest currently at 18,600, and that is where then the next building the highest open interest is coming at 500 and then followed by 400, and that's where it's getting squeezed on the downside. And that's why if you see, you can correlate this with the market movement also. On 15th also, on Thursday we had a good fall, followed
yes
up by Friday also there was a decent amount of fall in the Nifty.
yes
So let's see 600 chart what exactly happened on. I would just take last 2 days, so Thursday and Friday. So from that perspective, the game started in 18,600, where maximum open interest was built. So this option was being written, and if you see the chart, from 15th morning till 15th 3:30,
yeah
heavy writing has been done the full day,
mm.
and the average price of that writing is 78.
okay 70
Then 78 is the average price of writing for
It is,
18,600
yeah,
call,
it is a
which happened
VWAP
on
of
15th. It's a
Thursday.
closing VWAP of Thursday. Yes.
Thursday, perfect.
Now on Friday, obviously, given this option, we had a gap down. This option opened somewhere around the previous close, and then
Yes,
from there, it had a downward journey only. Because
yes,
anyways, typically what happens is the people who have sold this option will again keep selling this the next day if it opens below their average VWAP price.
yes,
And the
correct.
moment it went below its low, that made a new low anyways.
Yes,
So that is where now we see this option is very well under control of the writers. So the writers sitting at 18,600 have very good control on it.
okay.
And the last close they have given it, if you zoom in, it is at 17.
17 rupees.
And 20, if you see a closing VWAP, it's at 26 now, 26 and a half.
Okay.
So the first resistance, like if you talk about like let the same happens or this happened on 15th when major writing happened in
Yes,
600, and then on Friday it followed up by going lower.
going low.
If you look at the other, so what happened on Friday was the other options, so in terms of 18500, that got a start, that was being written then on that day, and that was
Yes,
followed up heavily by 18400.
yes,
So now if you see it, market is comfortable, Nifty is around 18,270 odd. So now
yes.
18,400 on the options chart. So now if I drill
So
down to my
Vivek,
change in OI.
this 18,500 call option chart thoda open to you. 18,500 call. So
Yes.
yesterday what we discussed is there will be a reversal. No, red candle पे reversal हम लोग discuss किए थे.
So typically like the strategy which I follow is options chart also has its own price action to follow.
Okay.
So the Friday is a day when the chart is actually formed, and
Yes.
then these levels are typically defended on the rest days of the week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, for the entire expiry, these levels is where the maximum
Correct.
action will go on.
Yes. So yesterday
But
we
then,
were discussing Vivek,
uh,
day आई है, day आई से reversal आ सकता है. So
right,
yesterday it was a good point. Same thing put to be I think 120 से 200 गया. Put गया क्या? Call गया. I don't remember.
the put
Yesterday,
put actually went.
yes.
I took a support
So
and went.
yes,
So 18,500. If
we
you
didn't
see,
take the trade, but it was a very good
uh,
trade.
so we are into option selling, but even for
Yes,
buyers who are there in the market, for them, if you see morning low which
yes,
this put had made of 134, it retested the same low and
yes.
then retested this. It crossed a day
2 days
high.
high. Yes,
So basically, someone who wants to buy this option
yes,
should ideally buy this at the
yes.
double bottom where it is formed with a small stop loss, and then target can be your intraday VWAP or your day high
Day.
in the day.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Sorry. Please continue.
So on Friday, what happened? On Friday, the maximum open interest game was being played on. If you see the change in Y which happened, it was being played on 18,400 call.
Okay.
So since the morning, this building block was building throughout the day, and it was standing very strong and tall.
Okay.
So this is something which is this is the carry forward positions. What we see now is obviously end of the day, and
Yes.
the overall open interest is somewhere around 5.5. But
Okay.
during intraday, this was somewhere standing around 8.5.
8 okay.
So very good call rating was run at 18,400.
Okay.
So for Friday, the chart which the person has to follow, where the
Yes.
actual game is going on in terms of maximum action is going on, is 18,400 chart.
Yes.
Let's move on to that chart then. So 18,400 chart. So there was some kind of logic. There's a very price action driven logic which typically I use in terms of trading. So we just take you to just remove these kind of lines. So this was the low which it made 80 in the morning
Yes.
and then
No.
bounced from there.
Yes.
And then if you see whenever the moment it went below 80, we
Mm.
saw a new low of 58, and then this
Correct.
80 itself became resistance.
Correct.
So typically these resistances they work for one or two attempts. Is historically
Yes.
what I've seen. I've seen these kind of option trading for last 2 years. I've been doing this in terms of following options charts for last 2 years. So if on the smaller time frame, if you see, it gave couple of entries at the same level from where it made the morning low.
Yes.
So this is like if you analyze any stock, the same way the way you analyze a stock chart is the same way
Yes.
I analyze an option chart also. The
Yes.
logic remains the same. So whenever it came to 80, you see there's a constant resistance which this option was facing.
Yeah.
But then the people who had written this option since morning obviously had this the top at 134 as the hard stop,
Hard stop.
the last place
Yes.
where the option would have gone. So somewhere at that, so when the moment it crossed 80, it went to day high again. Somewhere around those levels only, it got rejected again,
Okay.
which was pretty evident in terms of at the same time. If you see the put chart, there was this bottom which was formed. The
Yes.
time is exactly the same. If you take on 1 minute time frame, if you look at the bottom when it is formed, the top when it is formed, so this was at 12:48.
12:48.
At the
Yes.
same 12:48, at the same time, if you see this high was made at 12:48
Yes. Got
at the
it.
same time.
Yes.
So basically, one of the options had support, and
Mm.
one of the options had
Yes,
resistance.
is that. Yes.
So frankly speaking, in our trading yesterday, we missed out this this
This.
trade actually.
Yeah, top we
We
missed.
top way selling, we missed it out. But ideally, given this kind of strategy requires you to monitor multiple options charts at the same time, you
Yes.
may or miss out one or two trades, which is fine. That's okay because you get multiple opportunities based on your options price action basically.
Correct.
And then one more good thing about following the options chart is your entry and your exit is very very well defined.
Correct.
So typically, if you're an option seller, like if you look at this chart as an option seller,
Yes.
then you know that if this is a double top.
Yeah.
So if, for example, if this had come somewhere around 132, your
Yes.
stop loss could be just 2 or 3 rupees above this level, but your target can be the day
No,
low on the
day
downward
low.
trade,
Yes. Perfect.
right? So basically, the strategy which people have of 1:3, 1:4, one is
Mm.
to five typically
Correct.
works very beautifully in these kind of option selling scenarios. So you have a stop loss of 5 rupees. Typically, the way I take it is I have a stop loss of 5. I have my first target at 15 points, second target at 20, and third target at 25 points.
Yes.
If I get a good trade in my favor.
Yes.
So 18,400 would given we
Sorry, can you unmute? विवेक भाई unmute कर दो ना. विवेक भाई. Hello, hello. Vivek bhai, can you
sorry I
unmute?
went on
Yeah.
mute, is it?
No, no, actually, Mohit was making noise, so by mistake pressed
Acha, acha.
mute on.
Okay. So yesterday, like in terms of we had live trading done in a
Yes.
group level, and the kind of trades which we took was more or less in terms of the entry we took when this VWAP was
We
broken.
got
So
broken.
if you look at this chart, multiple times it took resistance at 80.
Yeah.
We did take this trade also. We and a couple of others we took this
Yes.
trade. We
Yes.
got small profits, but the moment it crossed 80, we knew it was going to go very high. So
Yes.
we went out at zero loss,
Yes.
but we knew this option will fly.
Yeah.
So in case you're an option buyer, then your typical buying entry is here with a small stop loss.
Correct.
And the good thing was this also gave a retest. So the moment it crossed 80, it went above 80 and gave a retest also.
Okay.
It gave a retest, so your entry here becomes even more accurate.
Correct.
So if you enter at 80, you keep a stop loss of 77, 5.75, and then you have a target of 90, 100, whatever you
Yes.
feel comfortable with. But then
Yes.
typically option buying is not something which is a very easy game to play. It becomes very difficult because the entire, I would say, the control of the market is somewhere with the writers and not with the buyers actually,
Correct.
is what I understand. The writers are people, institutions, FIIs and HNIs who have good amount of money and they're writing these options, while buyers are like typically retail and the other pro
Correct.
traders who buy, and the control is on the lower side.
Correct.
Is the
So,
is the hypothesis which I have. Like for me, all of
yes.
these are writers. Like whatever bar you see on
No,
my
we are
options
we
here,
are
are
just
all
talking
writers.
based on data. Okay.
Right.
So whenever data changes, our view will change. So there's nothing.
No, but then see, like for me, the viewpoint is 18,400. All of these are writers. But
Yes.
then someone will say all of these are buyers also. But
Yeah.
obviously, there's a buy sell, there's a equal trade which happens. But for me, this is a strong
No,
resistance.
buyers are not giving importance because buyers, the sellers only bring a lot of margin. So we
Right.
always think, it will be to the advantage of sellers. Okay, so we'll see option chain in
And
view of
so,
sellers only.
right, rightly said, Vishal. So also why selling is like well controlled and more has to gain more importance is because all the options by default have a natural gravity of going to zero.
Yes,
So by default, any chart if you see in the weekly series, it will eventually end at zero.
and that's
Unless until you have a very trendy week, other than that, most of the options become zero. So
becomes
the sellers anyways have an upper hand always.
hmm, correct.
So the trade which got activated was typically I don't take trades on VWAP.
Yeah,
And my trades are more driven by levels, exactly by
yes,
price levels. So 80 was something I knew was a day low. So from
yes,
that way, the moment it crossed 80 again,
yes.
the moment we had this breakdown below 80 here and a
So
retest.
this
So
trade we
this
took. This trade we took yesterday.
yeah, we took this trade.
Yeah, we took
We
this
took
trade.
and one more trade
Yes,
where you give an early entry was breakdown of VWAP.
yes, we were 92
This
somewhere we sold.
yeah. So this was an area where we saw Dow was cracking very badly,
Yeah.
and we knew the chances of this guy getting below VWAP and sustaining. We got a big candle, so this was a perfect entry point. But
Yes.
then, based on my price action setup, for me, it's very important the price action is seen on my exact levels. So if you see it stopped around 80 for some time, it did some few candles were there, it
Yes.
broke it, and then retested this. And this high, if you see exactly on my setup, like I have a couple of indicators,
Hmm.
the 50 EMA is something which I follow very closely.
Okay.
So this 50 EMA and 80, they had double
Yes.
resistance at
So
this
we
level,
took
and
a
this is where,
re-entry.
so
We
this is
took a
where I
second
took
entry.
a heavy sell entry here,
Okay.
and the target was easily what we discussed was a day low. So the
Yes.
day low was
Yeah.
58.
It broke the
If
day
it,
low also.
uh, so the day low was 58, and we kept trailing our, like we entered around 80 to
Yes.
81, and we kept trailing it, and we got 58 multiple times
Yes.
as the
We
where we
exited
got
and
the
we again entered at
70.
50. Yeah.
So
Yes.
we took our first big profit here at 58.
Yes.
Then 50 EMA, given it becomes a resistance again, we again called for a sell opportunity here.
Yes.
But again, we got 58 from there.
Yes.
But then,
Perfect.
given it was a Friday, the
Yes.
writers still have time to
Yes.
manage their trade for the entire week. That's why
Yes.
58 was defended well yesterday. But then, had this been Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday,
Yeah.
then the moment this candle would have been formed, this would have gone to 30 at least.
Okay.
It would have cracked. But maybe Friday is a day when typically people don't take that heavy sell positions carry forward to Monday, because anyways US markets was falling very badly.
Correct.
What if they had recovered? Then
Correct.
there would have been a huge gap down on Monday. So possibly that might be one of the reasons why this didn't fall that much.
Yes. So Vivek,
So
well explained. So what is the plan for Monday? You tell me.
so for Monday is pretty clear. So Monday, what I know
So
is what has been carried.
first you explain option chain. कहाँ पे the
Yes,
total open interest you put yeah total open
yeah.
interest.
So total, if you
To,
see now, a good decent at 18,300, we have put writers also, we have call writers also.
okay.
This place is even Steven.
Okay.
Nothing much will happen here, because anyways spot also is at 18,300, around 18,270.
Yes. Yes.
The upper hand is there with the
Call
writers,
letters. Call
with the bears,
letters.
I would say. The call writers have the upper hand,
Okay.
and while the put writers might have some chance. So
Okay.
typically, what happens is now the whole world knows the trend is on the downside.
Correct.
So from like creating new positions or making big money in the market, now what will the smart money do? Is something
Yes.
which we'll try to guess. So from
Yes.
a guess perspective, my first guess would be Monday. Typically, given if you look at Dow futures, it did not fall that much. It was
Yes.
somewhere is at the same level where Nifty closed. When Nifty closed, it was around minus 300, and somewhere the market has ended at the same
Yes.
level
So,
yesterday.
yeah. Same. It's perfect.
Yeah. So typically, if Monday, if again like if you get a sell day and gap down, then every day can't be the same. We have 2 days where heavy selling of options has been done,
Yeah.
and every day cannot be the same. Like if you see the chart from Thursday onwards, they've been writing this, they've been writing this. So continuously,
Yes.
won't keep coming down.
Yes.
And the kind of consolidation which happened at these levels is gives me some kind of not confidence, but some kind of thinking that maybe they want to take this, make a pullback, and then bring it down.
Okay.
So typically from full pullback level, what will happen? So let's look at the chart of 18,400. And why
Yes.
18,400 is because this open interest, what has been changed and carry forwarded,
Yes.
the maximum stands at 18,400.
Okay.
So if you see, almost like 5.5 lakh shares has been
I did.
carry forwarded from Friday
Okay.
to Monday.
Monday.
So these are the guys who will first try to control this option, which is 18,400.
Yes.
So we just look at this chart, and just to change our thinking for Monday in terms of how you want to trade this. So now
Yes.
these levels don't make a difference.
Yeah.
This 80, everything, this was only for Friday. For
Okay.
Monday, we'll have new levels, and for Monday, the new levels would be, first thing is the day high is there. So day high is 133, that is fine. Next is the day low has to be marked, and then basically the closing VWAP,
Okay.
right? So,
Yes.
so to just in terms of understanding what might happen in the market on Monday. So this option now has big resistance at 87, because this is the average price of writing which has been done by the writers who have carry forwarded this position.
Okay.
So couple of things might happen. If this goes below 51, which was a day low,
Hmm.
then a sell trade can be triggered again, and this one can further go selling down. But then given Monday morning is where some kind of trap is set for the
Okay.
entire week, and some kind of thing happens wherein they
Okay.
try to trap the retail investors on the wrong side and then take the opposite trade. So
Okay.
what might happen is this might go down, but
Okay.
then a recovery should ideally come in. But then this level of 87 should be a very very strong resistance,
Okay. So we
because
can.
the guys who'll start writing this option will further add positions at these levels if this option goes below 51.
Okay.
If it will go below 51, then we might see some recovery. But then if the global scenario also is on the weak side, you
Mm.
might take 51 as your stop loss and you might trade this on the downside again.
Okay.
If it opens say at 42, 43
Yeah.
because of time decay, but then
Yes.
due to some up move it comes to 51, that's your first entry where you might
Yes.
sell this option again
Yes.
for a target of say 10, 15 points.
Okay.
And one more thing, what you can do for this option is, this is 18,400. So
Yes.
if 18,400 takes resistance at 51, like if you're entering a trade here, you don't
Yes.
have to enter on this chart only. You
Okay.
can go to 18,300,
18,300.
18,200.
Yes.
You can go to at the money options.
Yes. 18,300.
Follow, yeah, you can
Yes.
follow 18,400 chart,
Yes.
but you can take the entries on 18,300 chart.
18,300. Correct.
Right. So typically, what my strategy would be like, if this opens down, comes to 51, that's the first place where I'll sell this option. I might sell at the money 18,300, where I have some 80, 90 rupees to be sold into. And if with a stop loss of 3 rupees or 2 or 3 rupees, not much.
Okay.
And I would say, given we had 2 days of good selling, so my quantity also will be on the lower side. It won't be that high. But then intraday, if I see any recovery of this price coming to its Friday's VWAP of
Yes.
87, I
Yes.
will enter with full quantity,
Okay. So 87 is a good selling place for 18,400.
18,400, 87. And
Okay.
that is where, if this option goes from 40 to 87, the
Yes.
market will recover at least 100 points.
Okay.
So if
Got
you
it.
look at the current Nifty, it stands at
267.
current
270.
270.
Yes.
So for that option to come to 87,
Yeah, 100 points shave.
so at least 100 points recovery will come, and that
Yes.
100 points recovery will suck in many people that long ho gaya hai market.
Yes. Correct.
But then actually the market still remains in control of these sellers who are standing at
Sellers.
18,400,
Correct.
because they know their average price of selling this option was 87.
Yes.
So this will move 50 points, the market will move 100 points, making
Yes.
everybody bullish. And that is
Yes.
where at this level, if you see some kind of resistance coming in, so there are two ways to enter this at this level. Either
Correct.
when the price comes to this level, you wait
Yes.
for a rejection and enter at lower price, but in that case, your stop loss becomes higher.
Yeah. Yes.
Or you all anyways put in like the kind of trade which I take is, I put in a sell order which is marked at 87 exactly,
Okay.
or maybe a rupee less. And if
Mm.
87 is the resistance, I enter at 86. I
Yeah.
already place a sell order of a limit order of 86,
86.
and this trade will be a very heavy quantity trade, because the couple of convictions, the trend is on the downside. If you see the overall open interest, the trend is on
Yes.
the downside.
Yes.
Second is 18,400 will be carry forwarded, and the best thing to happen is, just in case since morning if 18,400 they start adding this level again, then
Yes.
this resistance becomes even more difficult to cross.
Okay.
Because if this writing has been done by 5.5 lakh shares, if
Mm.
you imagine, like, if Vishal having crores of
Yes.
thousands of crores of money has written this option, his stop loss, his average selling price is 87. If
87.
it goes
Perfect.
above this, then he'll start covering anyways.
Yes.
So with a stop loss of 90, so 1991, just keep a small stop loss. If
Yeah.
this option starts covering above 87,
Yeah.
then the person on the other side will have to start covering this. The writers will have to start covering this,
Correct.
and then that will trigger a very big up move in the market,
Okay.
because this entire 18,400 people will have to start unwinding then if the
Correct.
price sustains above 87.
Correct.
But my conviction says that a gap down will happen, resistance will happen, and then again this will go down to new lows.
Okay. So, Vivek, now you told me there's a big open interest in 18,300 and 18,000.
400, yes.
300 call and put. So, if I want to buy put option, because my view is little bearish downside.
Right. So if
Okay,
you
so
open those,
market has
let
fallen down. I have lot of equity portfolio. Okay, so if I want
right.
to save, my money, my portfolio money, I want to buy a edge in a put. So why should I buy my put options?
So for buying put options, you have like 18,300 has decent amount of writing which has been done, I would say.
Yes.
right? Some portions has been carried forward in terms of 18300. That's
Yes.
the only area where you have some kind of support.
Correct.
So 18300, like again, I'm talking from an option writer perspective.
Yes. Yes.
If
Yes.
this option goes below 86,
Eighty-six.
it's a screaming sell.
Okay.
Like typically, if it is like the closing price is how much? I just check. The closing price of 18300 is 105.
Okay.
So the same price where it is closed at.
Yes.
105, 86 is a super support.
Okay.
It has support, but then given it's Monday morning, some kind first half will be a trap kind of situation. So
Yes.
this option should at least break 86. But
Okay.
then the buying opportunity will come here again at 53.
At 53.
At
Okay.
53, the day low.
Okay.
Because if it goes below day low, then further selling will come in this option. The writers at 18300 will get more powerful. They'll get more confidence that this is breaking previous day low also, and
Okay.
you must sell this more.
Yes. Got it.
But then, if just in case there's a gap down, let's imagine there's a
Yes.
small gap down, and
Yes.
this option starts going above 121, the day
Yes.
high which has made. So
Yes.
these lines which I've drawn is for Friday's day high,
Mm.
VWAP, and day low.
Yes.
So scenario is if there's a small gap down and this option starts going above 125,
120. Yes. 125.
121, it starts going above that,
Yes.
then the small bunch of writers who had written this option will have to
Yes.
start covering
Correct.
it,
Okay.
because anyways the trend is down and then a gap down has happened, so they'll have to run helter skelter to start covering this whatever price it is. So if you have to buy this option, you have to buy above 121,
121.
which
Okay.
is small stop loss of 115,
Yes. That I got it.
right? And next, typically again, if you're an option seller, so as a trap, what might happen is it might go up, like the way we discussed, the call option might come down and then recover within the, like if I talk about 18400, if
Yes.
this option goes down and recovers below above 852,
Yes.
at the same time this option will go to 130, 140, and then start
Correct.
coming down below 120.
Correct.
So if you're an option seller, this one, the moment it crosses this, you can enter into this into a sell trade.
Okay. So when
And you,
it crosses and breaks 120.
so buy is above 121, sell
Okay.
is below 121.
Below 121.
Yes,
With a small stop loss.
it's a small stop loss. You sell at
Yes.
121, your stop loss will be 124, and your
Okay.
target will be VWAP,
Yes.
previous day VWAP, not the intraday VWAP.
Okay.
So you have a good scenario
So
here,
can
which
you
can be
also
played.
see monthly open interest, Vivek?
Monthly for 29th
Yes.
December, if you see this, the monthly is something which typically it's a, like I don't follow that very closely because the volumes are not that much. If you, for
No.
monthly also, if you see, like obviously there's a good open interest standing at 18300, but
Yes.
then that is like 3 lakh shares, and which is
Yes.
mostly built on Friday only.
Yes. So see change in OI?
This is built on Friday only.
Yes. So you see monthly 300 put option also.
Yeah, put option. This looks like it has some kind of
Action.
support.
Put.
300 has some kind of support here.
Okay. So you check 18300 chat I'm saying ज़्यादा में 18300
18300.
मंथली ऑप्शन यू चेक एंड यू उसमें कहाँ पे मैं ले सकता हूँ और कहाँ पे बेच सकता हूँ. So
These
I
less,
already have put options. Okay. Now I want
right.
to try to book some money. So monthly में where should I book? I have monthly call
So frankly
options.
speaking, this price action is majorly followed on the weekly options.
Yes. Okay.
Monthly, the volumes are less.
No,
It
but
is like
monthly
more of a longer term.
you tell me मैं कहाँ exit करना because I don't want to exit on Monday. Okay. I'm
No,
giving
but you
you
have to exit based on this chart.
okay. No, अब
You
मेरे
have
को
to.
monthly chart देखना है मेरे को वो drawdown ले सकता हूँ
हाँ,
मैं. Okay. Okay. 20 रुपये ऊपर नीचे होगा ना.
there'll be some kind of move. Similar move only, not that much. Because the volumes are less. If you look at the volumes, it's way less. It's like 40K, 50K,
Okay.
right? And if
Hmm.
you see the trading in the weekly ones,
Hmm.
it goes into millions. If it is 100K, this is like
Okay.
1.75
Okay.
millions. So
ओके
the
एक बार
actual
मेरे
action,
को उसको
हाँ,
मैं समझ लो 40K अपना ही है. मैं कहाँ तक स्क्रॉल करूँ बोलो.
this is the last stop, you 96
This is my last
day
96
low.
पे.
If you have bought it, say for example on Thursday, you have bought it here somewhere.
Yes. Yes.
So Friday's day high is here
Yes.
at
इससे ऊपर.
166.
Yes.
The VWAP is, so in case you're holding this position, then you should be comfortable holding it above 130.
Yes. So I can
Above
keep my
130, you
trailing
have no
stop
tension.
loss with VWAP.
Yeah. Yes.
130 stop
130 should be your
loss.
trailing stop loss. But but then this can go down and come up again because the volumes are
Yes.
less.
Mm.
So typically, if you follow
No,
the
I'll also
other,
see weekly.
yeah. So if you follow the
Mm.
weekly and weekly is showing a downtrend, then chances are high with this will come down.
Yes. No, if it has to break this yesterday's low weekly में तो पहले टूटेगा.
हाँ.
Got
नहीं नहीं
it.
वो हाँ वीकली में पहले टूटेगा तो
Mm.
वीकली will give an indication that even this is going to break.
Yes. Got it.
So
So
this is it's a laggard kind of follower. So it will give
yes.
you some time, some more time to actually stay in the trade.
Yes. So Nitin, bye. How are you? Mr. Mohit, you can unmute and
Hi
talk.
Vishal.
Hi Nitin.
Hi
Hi
Vishal.
Nathan.
Hi Vivek. Sorry guys, I got late. I just saw
No
that and
problem, Nitin. Just homework for next week. क्या करना है
yes,
क्या
yes,
नहीं.
I will be ready. Yeah, that's a good idea. So
Yes.
I
Yeah.
I have a just quick question to Vivek.
Please
So
pitch
Vivek,
it
I
in.
mean, yeah, because this particular, I mean, we know that Nifty is in uptrend right now. I mean, the long-term trend is still up.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So from the short-term perspective, you are saying that we should be having the bearish view,
From a
considering Dow
weekly
Jones was down and
from a weekly
OIG.
perspective. So
Yeah, yeah.
this option chain stands for week on week basis, right? This is the 22nd December option chain which I'm showing right now. If you see, the call writing has been done heavily and right from the first day of the series. So
But
typically, the first day guys are ones who control the entire week. So even if the market goes up, 18,600 will the last stop of Nifty, frankly speaking, would be 18,600. If you look at this option, last stop would be 78. So on next expiry, the maximum where the Nifty should expire would be 18,678,
Got it.
right? Because this is the highest open interest. This is the average price they have. And just in case if it goes above 78, then there'll be a party in the market. It can easily go to 800 also. But then what I've seen is since the margin trades have reduced in terms of the margin amount which we used to get from Astha and those kind of trader brokers, now that doesn't exist. So the options market has is well controlled by the sellers now.
I see. And
Earlier, what used to happen was if this VWAP was breaking on the upside or day high was breaking, the amount of move would have been very high
yes,
because a lot
yes.
of the retailers who are taking 10x margins or taking 15x margins, they would start covering them,
Yeah, on
right?
Friday you were talking about these. Yeah, yeah. This makes sense. But I want to match with your theory. I mean, on Friday you were saying that some algos are keep buying those options. So, do you think that? I mean, there would be some kind of algo. I mean, I am still not into those algos and all those trading stuff right now. But if somebody has put some kind of algos where they are buying
Algos, so
these.
right. So Nitin, your question is valid. So algos work on say stock option chart also, right? If you've seen stock option, no, not stock options, stock charts also. If you look at
Uh-huh.
like if I follow a few companies where chart where I have positions also, like I'll just show you one of the charts with Dr. Lal. If
And
you look at this on a daily time frame, so any stock, even these guys, they follow the same sub price action kind of logic, right? So if you look at this low, this swing low was the resistance here once, twice, thrice,
I see.
right? And the price is like almost like 1 or 2 rupees here and there. And if you see once this resistance is crossed, it gave an entry also next day and it went up. Now this level is a resistance. It has made a beautiful box. And it's almost like one, two, twice it has tested the downside. The breakout is kind of failing. Twice it has tested now. So chances are the moment it goes below 2270, this is gone. A big red candle will come in.
I see. But
So this,
Nifty
so this,
would
if
be
you
at
call
the.
this algo is buying here. So for example, let's look at these two levels, right? This is a daily chart of Dr. Lal, which is a reasonable size market size company. So look at
Yeah,
these two levels. Who is buying here? Algos are buying, people are buying, FIs are buying. So the same logic, if you can answer this question, you'll be able to answer that in option chart also who is buying.
I see. So you're saying that some kind of algos are there which are actually buying in the options
Algos are
as
there,
well
people are
as.
tracking these charts, right? People do chart trading only. Like maximum people in the markets or someone they do technicals. Most of the intraday movements or most of the movements which happen are all driven by technicals. In technicals they know that this level, be it an algo, be it human, like let's talk about us. We don't trade by, I don't trade by algo. So what I'll do is, like, the moment it goes below 2270, I'll put a sell trade with a small stop loss, right? If I'm selling, then there are more people watching this chart, right? There are thousands of others who are watching the same chart.
Exactly,
even
exactly.
even they will start selling.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
you call that algo selling, or you call that a larger pool selling, a cartel selling, people who know technical selling. So all of it will start selling this chart the moment it crosses to 2730. And there's no other indicator on the chart. It's only pure
Hmm.
price which I'm looking at. And the same logic applies on my option chart also. The
Got it.
indicators are only something which it gives me a direction if things are changing or things are not changing. But my trades are completely taken on price action only. Like
Yeah,
what
but
we did that the other day, we entered exactly at 80, we got out at 58. It was all driven by prices and not by any other indicator,
yeah, yeah. Okay.
right? So
Okay.
similarly, like, well, I was showing that 18500 chart, which we discussed very clearly, that put option.
Yes.
It made a beautiful double bottom at the
Hmm.
same price. If you look at the candle to candle, if you look at the low of this candle, it is 135.4. This candle low is 134.5, 1 rupee,
Hmm.
right?
The ba- hmm, hmm, hmm.
So if someone has to buy here, your stop loss is what, 2 3 rupees, and your target is like 1:5, 1:10, whatever you keep. And if you still have, you still don't know whether this will stop here or not, you can wait for this green candle to form, and then you can take an entry here with a bigger stop loss. Because the trend of the market was on the downside, this trade was very valid for option buyers, a very strong buy for option buyers. So if you
Hmm.
see, this candle also is very big one. The moment it touched the day low, a big candle came by, and maybe that algos have bought, or people who are watching the chart have bought that.
See,
But
Nitin,
but
if you ask me, algo mein we can code anything. Yeah, buy at day low, sell at day, buy at VWAP. So algo
So the
mein
hmm.
you
same.
can code. So whatever Vivek is explaining, this all are logic which FIAs have already put in pen and paper.
I see. So,
Yeah.
I mean, a reason I wanted to, I mean, discuss this, Vishal, because
Yes.
these FIIs, are they doing these algos at the auction level, or they are doing, let's say, I mean, what I have, read some of the blogs that
Yes.
generally they put these, algos for at the index level. So let's say that 18,200 is the Nifty, let's say, 50 MA support.
Yes.
So I mean, most of the algos or FIS would have put those type of system in place that whenever Nifty hits 50 MA, we should start buying the futures or let's say options or the
Yes.
call, something like that.
Yes.
So in that case, I mean the option charts would work or the Nifty chart would work. That was my question.
So if I
How?
can answer that, I'll take an attempt on it,
Yes,
Vishal, if you
Vivek,
don't mind.
definitely.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was about to ask you
So,
only.
so Nitin, to answer to that is, like, I'm not sure if you remember the conversation. I said clearly, like, if you let's go to our Nifty NSE website itself. So the amount of money which comes in the market for trading on a day-to-day basis. So for, if you talk about the top derivatives traded on any day, if you look at the amount of money which is coming in, the value which is coming in, just look at what these contracts are. These are contracts where heavy money has been traded.
Weekly contracts.
Weekly contracts. It's all about, it's top 20 which they're showing right now in equity derivatives are all options. So if you
Yes.
total out the entire money, right, which comes into the market, like the study which I've done from last 2 years roughly shows that almost 93 to 94% of the money which comes into the market on a daily basis, like currently market, I guess turnover is somewhere standing at 3 lakh crore, 4 lakh crore. I don't remember the exact amount.
Mm.
But then out of the 3 lakh crore, 95% money is getting traded in these options. Remaining 5% money goes into index futures, index in stock futures, stock options, and equity, and your ETFs and other stuff. But your 95% which money which comes and goes in the market, or which is deployed in the market, are deployed in options.
Got it.
So if someone, like, I am like if you imagine I'm the only cutter, I'm the only man who's trading the market, and my entire money, 95% of money is put in this options, which I'm talking about. So what should I be worried about? Like I'm a huge option writer. What should I be worried about? I should be worried about my levels on the option chart because I'm selling this option, right? Irrespective of where Nifty is, irrespective of bank Nifty is, irrespective of where the world market is. For me, if I look at my sell position is just at this, for example, at this level. The moment it crosses this level, start going up. For me, I'm making losses.
Yeah,
So if
yeah,
my
makes
so
sense.
if my option is not going up, so there will be scenarios. There will be days where, especially on the later half of the week, especially on Tuesday onwards, you will see if the Nifty is going up, my option is not going up, right?
Yes.
Especially out of the money ones. Like if you see 18,600, so that is something which will be zero for sure for this week if the trend remains
Yeah, got it, got it. I think
right.
that is why if you're saying that if something goes beyond the day high, so you're saying that the call unwinding, or let's say,
Yeah, yeah. So
I mean,
just look at this 18,600 chart. So the big guys wrote it on Thursday. On Friday also there's considerable amount of writing. Now from Thursday morning of 161, this has come to 17 now, right? So the people who
mm,
have gotten here will start will have a problem when this option starts going above 27,
no,
right?
but the question is that are they going to, I mean, they should have some kind of target as well. Let's say that I am the big money and
Huh,
I know that
Mm,
I want to sell this at 160,
mm,
right?
right.
My target is
mm,
that it should go
Be
below
zero.
mm,
20 or
mm.
30.
It'll be
So I,
zero. The target should be zero.
oh, for
Yeah.
the big money,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
always like that.
Yeah, it's always like that. They'll target this to be zero. So on a day-to-day
Oh, okay,
basis,
okay.
you see. So if this option starts trading above 27, right? So
Hmm.
for Monday, the best case is if this option starts trading like your 18,400 starts trading above 87,
Hmm.
then
Hmm.
there will be a short covering in the market
I
because
see.
because a good amount of people are sitting here. Because change
Hmm.
in interest, if you see, a good amount of people are sitting here right now. 18,400, almost 5.5 lakh shares.
Hmm.
So for them, this level, this 5.5 lakh people who are carry forward this position, their average writing price is 87. And the
Hmm.
moment it starts crossing about this level, they'll start getting uncomfortable, and they'll have to cover this option.
Hmm. Hmm.
And for covering this option, if you say Nifty is making new highs or making new lows, those things won't make a difference to this option chart, right?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
another good thing is, like I made this point in the starting. If this option goes down, say at 40, 42, and comes back to 87, so these 5.5 lakh people who have written this still won't have any issue, right? For me,
Yeah.
my average price of writing is 87. This goes to 40 again comes back to 85. Will I have a problem? I'll still be okay holding my
Yeah.
positions. But
Yeah.
then this move from 40 to 85 will make Nifty move 120 points.
Yeah. Because of the time
And
factor.
yeah, no, yeah, because of time factor. And no, Nifty index will move 120 points, and you will say an uptrend has come.
Hmm.
You will
Hmm.
believe an uptrend has come.
And then you will be out. Then you
Yeah,
would like to come out.
and then if you're actually following the Nifty index chart, and then you will see an uptrend has come. It has broken 50 EMA, it has broken this level, and then you take a long on Nifty. If you start taking long on calls, you'll be trapped very badly because until and unless this crosses 87, these people don't have an issue at all. But then the moment 87 is crossed, then even this will fly and Nifty will fly.
No, but given that Nifty has fallen already by 2 days in the last 2 days, we have
300
seen
points,
lot
yeah,
of we have seen lot of down. I mean breaking down. So
right.
the chances or let's say the probability that it will go further below, now it's not that much high at the weekly option. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
my thinking.
yeah. Nathan, your point is perfectly right. Even for Monday, I foresee a sideways market.
Sideways, right?
A
So
sideways market
in
because 2 days of selling consistently, even Dow hasn't fallen much more than what it fell on Friday afternoon.
okay, okay.
So
I
if
mean,
Dow futures is in
maybe I'm
green,
jumping.
yeah,
Yeah, maybe I'm jumping towards the Monday. Like, what should be our strategy from the Monday? But maybe we can discuss that later part.
It should
no,
be
no,
Uh,
straddle or strangle, I feel.
Now, from Monday, for me, from option selling part, I'm very clear in terms of what has to be done. One is like you need to keep a tag of 18300 chart P, the
Okay.
put
Hmm.
option where some put writers are there, and 18400 chart where the call writers are sitting,
1800 call option.
call option, and 18300 put option.
Yes.
If this guy is trading above 160, like 18300 put, right? This is monthly, sorry.
Hmm.
If this guy starts trading above 121,
Hmm.
then the market has no other option but to go down.
I see.
For the market to start moving up, this option first has to go below 121
Hmm.
and ideally go below its VWAP of 86.
Hmm. Hmm.
Then the market will for sure go up. So there are two trades which can happen on Monday. First thing is, let's imagine there's a gap down which comes in.
Hmm.
A gap down comes in, this option by default will open around 40 or something, 30, 40, right? So, but then this previous day low will be a very big resistance.
I
So our
think
first,
Monday. Sorry, sorry. Yeah, please complete.
yeah,
Sorry,
so,
I.
so our first trade will be generated here when the option comes from down, hits 50. Our stop loss will be 2 3 rupees, and then our target will be like 1 is to 2, 1 is to 3, 1 is to 4. But typically, this is given this is 50 rupees option now, there won't be any much benefit you will get out of this option. But you can see this chart and sell a higher option. You can sell 18300 call option.
No, but we know that it's going to be sideways. So, and Monday, given that Dow Jones was
Yes,
down
side
and
agreed. So Nitin, like we are in like for me, option selling intraday is about getting those
So
20,
Nitin
25, 30
is like
points.
if that level comes, he'll do selling. If it
No,
is sideways, he won't get that level itself. Option chart
oh,
will
no,
also be sideways.
no, sideways also. I'll get this. I'll get this level.
You'll get, yeah, but 50, 60
Yeah.
points
So if,
move you have to get no further.
huh.
yeah,
So small
So if
levels
the
and
range,
small profit, small stop loss. Okay.
right. So if
So
you're
Friday we
you
had a
believing,
wonderful movement, big movement. So we had very big money. We made 30, 40 rupees easily. When it is sideways, you can only make 10 to 12 rupees. I mean,
exactly. And if you're little like more like you've already made good profits for the weeks, and if you want to take more risk and you believe that the market is in a strong downtrend, so two things: if this is sustaining above 121, then you can happily short even 18300 call options then, because 18400 anyways is 18400 anyways is gone. They have
yeah.
this is under very good control. This 18300 guys, 4 lakh shares are there. These guys will get a lot of confidence and start pushing this option also down.
Hmm. And maybe, I mean, on Friday we saw, I mean, Mukesh was saying that 18,300 PE writers, they were coming. I mean, the OI change we saw. So, like, somebody is writing at the 18,300, maybe some big money.
No, but
So,
then yeah, so they were writing it, but then that was a trap for them, no? Because anyways it went and broke back the day high.
hmm,
They
it
got
will.
trapped in it. It went to day low. It tested day low at 53, 54.
We know,
They
I
lost.
mean, like, how their stop loss. I mean, no idea, right?
So this was a day low, no
I
morning
mean,
low.
let's say that if.
So at morning low, it didn't break the morning low, right? It tested the morning low. It took support and then it went and broke the day high also.
Okay.
So basically, for me, intraday option selling is a game of all the strike prices. It's a game of the buildings which is being formed. What the I don't care who's forming these buildings, maybe retailers, pros, whoever it is. For me, these buildings are someone who's writing it heavily. I just try to put my thought process along with these guys' thought process, and that's how I trade. And whichever trade like which I do or which I give always has a stop loss of like 5 points and a target of 20
Hmm.
points. So even if we give two or three trades wrong, one trade
Hmm.
will cover our entire profit. And
yes.
typically,
Yeah.
We saw it
in last
yesterday itself, Vivek. You don't have to tell.
uh,
Yesterday
Hmm.
itself we saw.
and it's and
Yeah.
somewhere if you feel like this is the average price, right, 87. So tomorrow if you get this, that will be the best selling opportunity which you'll get for Monday
For the call option.
for the call option.
Hmm.
18400 if it goes here, and the good thing
Hmm.
is when if this goes to 87, the market would have come to 18 almost 400.
Or 450.
Or 450 for this. No, not 450. This still being Monday, so 18400
Oh,
spot
yeah,
or
yeah.
yeah, somewhere 18400 spot. And 18400 spot will typically cross the previous day high also.
Oh,
Not
No,
high,
not
it won't cross the high. Swing high,
what
it
is
may
the
cross.
swing highs will be crossed, and like maximum people will start getting bullish on this then.
Yes.
Hmm.
So the best trap would be like if the trend is strongly down, the best
Yes.
trap would be take your Nifty high, take it here somewhere around
It is.
460, 470, and
Okay.
then trap all the put writers and then crash it again.
Okay.
Hmm.
Because the call writers anyways have been making very good money, right? Look at this 118,600. From
Yeah.
160 they bought it to 70. And for this guy to go above 27, the market has to come up a long way. Even if the market comes up by 150 points, these guys won't move.
Hmm.
So that is
Makes
how
sense.
on a day-to-day basis these guys play this game.
Makes sense. Makes sense now. Yes. Thanks, Vivek. Super clear. Really
Yes.
Right.
beneficial.
So that is where in last obviously we all start trading, looking at index charts, we start looking at saying bank nifty or futures chart. But then eventually when I started correlating the options chart with this index chart, I thought कि actual game तो यहाँ चल रहा है.
No, makes sense now.
हाँ. That is where then I also researched and I understood कि यार 95 पैसा इस chart पे लग रहा है. Right, the maximum money is put on this chart. But
Yes.
then like I am also amazed and have no answer to it how well they control these charts. Like for controlling an option chart, you need to control Nifty futures and Nifty index. For controlling Nifty index, you need to control 50 stocks in Nifty.
Okay.
Right. So that's how the it's a very tight correlation, but then it's a wonderful game, a complex game of chess which is being played.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we
Great.
are there to
Great.
just have a small beak, take little water. like in Hindi we say अपना चोंच गीला करते हैं और निकल जाते हैं.
40 points and we are.
Where we get 30 pretty good trade, we are happy. And not just for zero.
Yes. So, Mr. Mohit, can you give you a small introduction? Mohit bhai? Mr. Mohit, can you unmute and give you a small introduction so that we may know you? Mr. Mohit, you're getting my voice. So, what else, guys? What is the plan? Okay.
Sir, I have one question for
Yes,
Vivek, sir.
Priyanshu, please.
Yeah.
Please
So, like,
don't call
how
Sir
much?
Priyanshu. So, if you
Okay,
want to
okay.
bond well, please calling Sir. Someone elder, that is fine. But we all
Okay.
have the same age. Okay, we all are
Uh,
under 20s, so please don't call Sir.
okay, sir. Okay. Oh, sorry.
that is
Okay.
that is best.
It's in my word, actually.
Yeah.
So my question is like, how much return you target on month basis? Like, is there any minimum expectation you have, or like you go with the flow, like
So
market
this
jitna de diya?
so
Mm.
I've been trading this strategy for 2 years now. I'll be
Mm.
frank, for me I have just the confidence in the strategy has only increased. But then I've been an option buyer and option seller both. So option buying side has been pretty bad. But option selling side, the strategy which I'm currently following, I have made an average of 5% in last 6 months. From whence I've started seriously understanding that option selling is where I need to get into. Option buying is something where your stop loss is not well defined. Like on Fridays, if you get a very good trade, something like this, something a double bottom, then still it makes sense. But then these kind of trades are within a second, this can go down or go up. But then option selling, your stop loss is pretty small and very well controlled. You typically don't get those huge candles which will break resistances. So on an average, 6 months, I made 5%. In December has been a little, I would say, kind of month to me. Every week I'm hitting 7% almost.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Get Priyanshu. So, what do you do, Priyanshu? What is your actual work you work at?
Sir, I am a government employee actually. I
Okay.
work in Ministry of Defense.
Oh, super. Ministry of
Yeah.
Defense. Oh my God.
Yeah. So
Guys, yeah.
my posting is in South Block, Delhi.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. So meanwhile,
Good,
I am
good,
doing it
good
from
work.
last 3 years,
Okay.
and since I can't sit on a screen, so
Okay.
mostly I go for weekly options,
Yes.
which maybe strangle or straddle based on market condition.
Okay, so you go with a defense stop loss on each leg or both the legs?
Mostly, my stop loss is 1:1. If the premium I am selling, and if
Yes,
it's the if it
100%
become
of
twice,
payment.
then
Yeah,
I need to exit that leg and I shift it upside. If it's call, and downside if it's put.
okay.
And I have no bigger expectation, since my capital is close to 50 lakh. So
Yes,
my target is just to hit 4%,
yes,
1 week per 1% per week, and I
yes,
am okay with that. Like it's
yes.
fine for me.
So you try to sell, out the money calls and puts.
Yeah, like mostly into that. Since I can't sit actively on screen,
Yeah,
and sometimes if I am available on Thursday,
yeah.
I do day trading also,
Okay.
and at that time I go with ATMs.
Oh, very good reaction.
So, Pranshu, just one quick question. So,
Yes, sir.
to my knowledge, government employees are not allowed to trade in the derivatives and options. So,
Yeah,
have
sir,
you?
you are absolutely correct, and I don't trade on my account. It's my family
That's
only.
So
that's
this is
it.
the
But why is it
this,
so? Why should government employees not trade in
they'll have
derivatives
some
and
inside information कि कल वॉर होने वाला चाइना के साथ पाकिस्तान के
Yeah.
अरे तो
साथ
फिर
कुछ
they
होगा
should be banned in equity also, no? Why only derivatives?
they should
No,
not
sir.
trade basically
In equity, we are allowed to have long term, not day trading. Day trading is not
Okay.
allowed.
So basically your demat is monitored.
Yeah,
yes
yeah, yeah.
so when you open
So,
a demat they'll ask you are you politically influenced person are you in Indian army are
No,
you
no,
in
even
government
companies will
companies
like I worked
yes
in Clicks
government
Capital.
companies
Yeah, yeah. No, no, even NBFC. I worked in NBFC for 2 years, which
okay
is Clicks Capital, a small NBFC based out of Gurgaon.
okay
So there it was very clear for us that we are not supposed to do any kind of trading in financial stocks.
okay cool
So our demat account numbers were taken when we joined in itself, and they were
okay
monitored every 6 months.
okay but
yeah, and also I am in export related activities, so I have interaction with lots of defense PSUs and other.
yes
So based on their order book and all, I have sensitive information. That's why I am not supposed to trade on my account.
yes
Priyanshu को inside information though, Reliance Defense. What are you
True,
giving
this
them?
is like streaming live on my YouTube bad.
Uh,
आप बैन लगा दोगे कट करना पड़ेगा इसको
No, in general, government is very like in favor to promote defense, and they are in favor of promoting private players. A lot of them. So,
yes
be it startups or big players, government is switching towards private defense manufacturing.
okay
Yeah, that's what I can say. I hope it's a general information which you see on Economic Times or somewhere.
yes
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is
So
gender
Reliance Naval was
information
very much in the news, right? All through
Yeah, yeah.
last year.
Yes. But like being as a investor, I see and the upside of FT in coming, maybe in coming years. It's bullish only because the initiatives taken by government in different sectors is just to mostly in the defense PSUs, which I
yes
majorly deal with. The major pressure is to do exports. You know,
okay
the government is not happy with their performance, whatever they do in domestic, and they keep telling their chairmans and board members to promote exports outside.
okay
And lots of activities are also organized to invite foreign delegations to see the products which we can export in other countries.
okay
So
It'll
all
be
the
great.
so
Like
you have seen
they
the
would,
products you have seen the guns big whistles and all
yeah. I have seen all, and I have interaction with all the manufacturers as well as
okay
buyers and sellers.
मेरे को एक मिसाइल दिला दो यार मैं इसको फोड़ना है
So you need to tell your exact agenda for that, key where you want to launch.
yeah yeah I'll send you the coordinates उस पे
so
उस पे लॉक
Priyanshu
करके
had
रखो
so Priyanshu celebrates a different Diwali every year.
Yeah, sir. Right, right. So are you from where you belong, sir? Like everyone is from Delhi or outside?
I'm from Noida, so as good as Delhi.
Okay, Nitin is
Okay.
from Jaipur, Mukesh is from Delhi, and me, admin, I'm from Chennai. So
Oh,
मैं
great.
काम करता था वहाँ पे दिल्ली में बॉम्बे में. So
Mhm.
now I'm back and I'm doing stock trading.
Okay, okay. Nitin, sir, in which
Jaipur,
industry you are into?
Nitin's
I'm in IT.
yeah, software developer, I guess.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Yeah. Work from home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same way,
Mr.
I'm into software as well. I worked in
Okay.
TCS.
Yes.
I was a business analyst. Now I'm a process consultant.
Mm.
So almost like 13 years in IT done.
Uh,
So Mohit bhai, can you unmute and give your introduction?
Yeah, this is Mohit, and
Hi Mohit.
basically I'm a government banker.
Yeah, government banker.
Yeah.
Super. So you do trading full time, sir?
No, no, I'm just doing. Basically, I'm into cash, and rarely I do options. I don't know much about options. I'm new to options.
Okay. So cash. So you do for short term or long term, sir?
Um, Depends on short term and long term both.
Okay. Profit आ गए तो book कर लेंगे. That kind of.
Uh,
Okay.
I
Good.
I think Mohit sir is the one who provide liquidity in market.
No, it's a government banker. I think समझा नहीं sir. You work at government bank?
yes,
Okay. So we will have lot of inside information before budget.
not much. Even budget informations don't come to the except some IAS officers or big bureaucrats. They
Okay.
don't nobody much.
Okay. No, no, I was just kidding. So Priyanshu will give us some defensive picks.
We will have a prior idea ki, if there is something big announcement in
Yes.
defense side,
Hmm.
that's what. But the exact thing will be revealed by the finance minister, on the budget day.
Yes. चलो we'll try to predict. कुछ तो पता चल जाएगा.
So we'll get a
Sure.
budget rally, is it?
Yes. And budget rally इस साल नहीं आएगा क्योंकि देखो next year they have elections 24. उस budget में they'll give lot of freebies. This time they won't. They'll cut you, I guess.
So no state elections also there. Nothing this year.
State election खत्म हो गया ना इस साल. State
Hmm.
election
And
doesn't
next year we
matter.
don't have any big state, is it?
नहीं नहीं we don't have
No.
next year but still state election में इतना नहीं होता क्योंकि state budget अलग होता है.
No, no, that
I
is there, but
think
then
I
if
I
it's
think
UP or big
uh,
big
you,
हो
states
गया
coming
यूपी
around
सब हो
budget.
गया लास्ट ईयर इस साल जान ही तो हुआ.
Hmm.
सर अगर यूपी हो गया तो आई थिंक बिहार विल बी देयर ना. बिहार वेस्ट बंगाल आई गेस.
नो आइडिया अभी गुजरात ये साइड हो गया.
हाँ गुजरात हो गया सर. आई वाज
बिहार
देयर.
वेस्ट बंगाल होने दो बट आई फील कि वो तो स्टेट बजट अलग होता है. ओके सो
Hmm.
इफ
But
दे वांट टू
anyways,
सी इंडिया
you being
बजट
in Chennai, Tamil Nadu state elections don't make
मुझे
any
तो
difference
इंडिया
to
बजट
anyone.
से मतलब नहीं है कुछ नहीं आता सेंटर से हमको.
No,
हम
but
लोग
even Tamil Nadu politics is something which nobody bothers about, frankly speaking.
ना
It's
ना ना
one,
इट्स
yeah, once it's AIDMK, one is DMK.
हाँ
So,
बस हाँ बस अभी दोनों टॉप में आ गए ना. जयललिता इज नो मोर.
right.
करुणानिधि इज नो मोर. सो नाउ इट डजंट मैटर कोई भी आए. नो बिग फेसेस.
The one more point to discuss,
यस प्रियांशु.
I think you are more active in markets from so in many years.
यस.
So what about the volatility from like after December, sir? Like till budget day, volatility will increase or what is the scenario? Like I am tracking from last 2 3 years only, but what is the long term behavior of volatility during budget? Mostly in Jan and
सी
Feb.
तो बजट पे तो एनी बिग इवेंट द वर्ल्ड विल बी बिग ओनली. ओके सो इट इज नॉट कि ओनली ऑन बजट एनी इवेंट. समझ लो मोदी सर इज गेटिंग एडमिटेड सम हेल्थ इश्यूज उसमें भी मार्केट बढ़ जाएगा टूट जाएगा. ओके सो इट इज नॉट एनी बिग इवेंट देयर बी बिग volatility but for option seller you want big premium only no guys.
Yeah, yeah, I want
तो
Nifty also to go up. I want VIX also to go up.
हाँ तो ऑप्शन सेलर को वही चाहिए ना. व्हाट एल्स वी वांट. सो
Last 2 3 months, these options have been very low in terms
यस
of out of the money.
या प्रीमियम्स आर वेरी वेरी लेस. आधा मनी भी वो नहीं है जो नॉर्मली होता है. आधे से
Right.
आधा. नाउ
So,
निफ्टी.
like in high
Yes.
volatility option sellers, it's easy to make money for option sellers, or it's
Yeah.
tough. Like, what is your experience?
My experience is I love that phase because at that phase,
थ्रिल होता है.
it
थ्रिलनेस एडवेंचर.
a
किसे
thrill है,
वॉर
but then the logic followed is the
गन
same.
लेके वॉर में जाते हैं ना. वो एक जोश होता है देखो वो होता है.
And the good thing, Priyanshu, is like even if the volatility is high, the options pricing is high, your logic of stock, your logic of your charts remain the same. You still trade on price action only. Just that your moves come bigger.
यस.
So if you got the right, you get into a right trade, you make your money very fast.
So
Yeah,
Priyansh,
exactly.
so
Agreed.
so when you have algo, these big movements are very good. जल्दी जल्दी एग्जिट होगा, ऊपर एंट्री होगा, एग्जिट होगा, एंट्री होगा, अल्गो में काम बहुत ज़्यादा आता है. सो इवन आई एम इनटू अल्गोस. तो ऑप्शन सेलिंग आजकल मूवमेंट ही नहीं है, स्टॉप लॉस ही करता नहीं है.
Hmm.
गेट में पढ़ नहीं तो 3-4 बार कट होता है, 3-4 बार ये एंट्री आएगा. अभी फुल वीक आई गेट ओनली 1 or 2 स्टॉप लॉसेस और 1 or 2 एंट्रीज. So with algos, option selling is far better when there are big movements. Yes, man,
Right.
sure you are using algo. So when there are big movements, you will have big losses and big profits.
Yeah, exactly, sir. Exactly.
So main if you have algo, big movements are welcome. Algo nahi hai to it is very difficult to manage.
Mm.
Good, good. So you trade in Zaroda, Priyanshu?
Yes, sir. Zerodha only. I started it from Zerodha, and I think it's a reliable platform. Although we have other brokers also, but I'm quite
Yes,
okay with the like the platform provided by them.
yes. All are
And
good
since
only. Yeah. सब एक ही है
mm,
बस kind of back end support only it matters. बाकी
yeah,
सब
no,
एक ही है.
actually, I started mutual fund investment there. So I just use it to pledge and start. So I didn't
Okay,
plan to switch.
okay, good. Yes, Nitin, we are about to talk something.
Yeah, I was just about to talk on your point, algo
Yeah, please
trading.
tell.
How can I start in the algo trading? Maybe with a little amount.
So, see, it's not about amount. See, first thing, if you have a strategy, well and good. Okay, if you don't have strategy, algo options, there are a lot of options algo in the market. There are many big players. So you can just take some service and you can start using them. It is basically you have to build your strategy into it. Suppose that you
I
are
mean,
doing, no one is going to
yeah,
give you strategy. They are going to give you a platform where you have to build your own strategy. Okay.
yeah, that we can do. I mean, I just
Yes.
wanted to understand because Zerodha right now is not supporting algo, I think, or maybe
No,
like they're
no,
charging
Zada is
the
supporting. They are
premium.
charging 2,000 rupees API charges.
Uh,
Okay, so you have to pay them and you have to get the API keys and all. And you can go to third party, link it to your Zada account, and the next day it will start trading in there. That's just 5 or 10 minutes work, not a big thing.
okay,
Very
okay,
very simple. My profile से detail key निकाल के वहाँ पे paste करना है.
okay, okay. Do
Okay.
you have any blog or something like that which I can follow to set up?
But you need the algo, no algo कहाँ है आपके पास? ये काम का sensible में you can go and take a trial. Sensible is there.
Acha,
So
okay.
try take
Okay.
a trial for 5-6 days
Hmm.
and you see. But if you really want to go for option selling, then no, I have my option algo. But thing is, I have in India info lane. Okay, so you need to have India info lane to use my algo. So my algo I don't usually charge. My option algo is free. So you try to go and use sensible. If you like, you let me know. I'll give you some other options.
Sure, sure. Well, yeah, yeah. I just want to see that how does it work. Given I am
Yes.
the software, I have the
Yes.
software
Then
background, and
Monday, Monday Zoom, I'll show you. My algo will show you. Okay.
oh,
And
that will be great.
Yes.
also, Nitin sir, if you are planning to move on algo, so I think a decent capital to is okay because charges are quite high if
How
you
much
are
are paying
starting.
Priyanshu for premium?
Sir, basically, it's my own platform. I connected to a college batchmate who is in IT
Okay.
services,
Okay.
and he made me the platform.
Okay.
And it's my personal platform where I trade in my account and I've managed few accounts, so all are
Okay.
connected.
Okay. No, I got
And
it. But you said you are using Sensible. You are not using for algo trading.
Sensible, I used to analyze the market direction, basically the OI and
Okay.
the OI charts, which are not accessible easily
Okay.
in live market. But the trade I execute is via Algo, and since I have 5 accounts, each of 10 lakhs,
Okay.
so that helps me to reduce the slippage.
Yes.
Yes.
So wait, I'll share my algo now with you.
Yeah, sure, sure.
So Vishal, Monday you plan to give a Zoom meeting again, live market
No,
hours.
daily we'll do Zoom. Yeah.
For me, like Monday and Wednesday, I go to office. So
Yeah,
those
you
days
go to
we
office, no problem. Tomorrow YouTube में सुन लेना live होगा.
हाँ.
हेडफोन्स मैं तो यही करता हूँ, when I'm busy हेडफोन्स डाल देता हूँ
Hmm.
and based on that.
In case I get some time, I'll join in between.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
वही कभी भी आओ जाओ ना, I'm not forcing anyone.
नहीं नहीं. So anyways, Steve, I love that joint session. So
Yes,
mostly Thursdays को तो करेंगे ही. Expiry
yes.
day पे that's the
So
best day
guys
to
can
trade.
see my screen, right? And algos. Can you guys see my algo? Hello.
Yeah, we can see.
You can see. So मतलब this is connect to IFL. So मैं की सब वहाँ से लेके यहाँ पे डालना है. So IFL is basically free, and you know I'll just put a strategy. So daily I do intraday, and I want to buy normal because MIS if I buy auto square off हो जाएगा. Normal 320 square off, and my first entry 927. So you can move sell to cost square of both the legs, and what strategy you want you can do. You can sell at the money call and put. My stop loss is 20 percentage, and I want to enter again at the money, and my target is 50 percentage, and I do the same with the put, and I can select which expiry this week, next week, or monthly expiry, and I go to start. And 50% is my target. My stop loss is 20, and I want to re-enter at the money. Once my stop loss or target hits, this leg will again enter at the money strike. So this is I'll go. So the loss for this both the legs, my max loss is 5,000, and my exit will be 7,500. So you guys got this?
Yeah.
Yeah, got it. But then this won't have strike prices, no? Like in my
No,
kind of strategy, I need strike
no.
prices also.
See, yours is you're saying support and all. This is not for them. This is for selling straddle, strangle, adjustments.
Hmm.
तो उनके लिए ये आके जो
Something like
जिनको
sensible.
या सेंसिबल जिनको टोटली ऑटोमेट चाहिए, उठना ही नहीं है उनको,
Hmm.
देखना ही नहीं है. सो वी आर मूवमेंट वी ट्राई टू कैप्चर 3-4 रुपये स्टॉप लॉस. दिस इज नॉट फॉर देम. दिस फॉर पीपल डेली. ऐड कर दो, डेली चलेगा, बस डेली मॉर्निंग स्टार्ट करना है इसको.
Yeah, this is
So,
a starting. Like this is a starting. To your point, Vivek, I think
Yes.
once you know
So
the
this is
full
a
script,
stat.
I mean, you can
Yeah.
code it.
So what you do
Right.
is a big strategy, but मैं जो कर रहा हूँ it is this for people who do on daily basis. This is the strangle straddle. So you can go on premium also. Both side 100 rupees premium bridge. Okay, so you can select what type of strategy you want.
is there any back testing feature is also available
No,
on
no,
this
no.
product?
Back testing दूंगा ना तो मैं फिर पैसा लेना पड़ेगा. I'm
अच्छा
not
अच्छा
giving back testing, and I'm giving it for free because I get rebate on brokerage. Whatever brokerage you give, I get commission. So इसके लिए I'm giving free to all my YouTube subscribers and other people.
okay.
And if you go outside, people are charging 4,000 to 5,000 per month using this type of thing.
Yeah,
आपके
cost of algo is high.
या बेसिक में आके यू वोंट गेट लॉट ऑफ फीचर्स. इसमें लॉस में बुक हो जाएगा, यू कैन अगेन एंट्री. ये लॉस या ये प्रॉफिट बुक होगा तो अगेन इट विल एंटर एट द मनी. So you can select. There are a lot of things. As and more I meet people, there's a concept of box. There are a lot of logic I put into it. So one leg squares other.
Nice.
So Priyanshu, you are seeing this? Priyanshu, is he online?
He's there, is on mute.
Okay. So
Uh,
if you are
yes,
using Algo, you should know. Most of the features are here.
yeah, it's a good platform, I guess,
Yes.
for the beginners.
So this is my own developed, and I have some more, which are into. Just stop this. And I have algos into pair trading. I have some algos into mostly pair trading. I have a lot of algos. This is my first option algo, and in future I'm planning to develop option buying algo also. So even this you can do option buying, but it is on time basis. There's nothing like technical indicators or stuff.
So Vishal sir, are you
Yes.
into full time trading, or are
Yes, yes,
you?
I'm into full-time trading. I handle a lot of job desk in Delhi, Jaipur. I handle it in, it's not Jaipur, sorry, Surat, Bombay. So I handle a lot of top desk and a lot of other hedge funds.
So you are the man with big money.
It is not big money. I've seen bad days. I've seen a lot of bad times.
Huh.
ये नहीं कि overnight I can. I'll go because of I'll go. Strategy सबके पास है भाई.
Right.
Yes, everyone has a strategy. Hand holding चाहिए. Hand holding you can get from your parents, family, and algo will with algo you can expand. इतना ही. Algo है तो you can expand. इसके लिए I started building algos. This algo and all is very basic algo which you saw. मैं तो इससे बहुत बहुत advanced काम किया. I do pair trading, market neutral strategies. उसमें सब बहुत advanced काम किया. So option selling is very basic algo for me.
Right.
Yes, guys. So we'll put an end to this. And any last words? So Monday we are seeing sideways market and 18,400 call option above 87 will look to buy 18,400 and 18,300 above 121 will look to buy. Correct?
Right. And below that sell.
Yes. That touches the level above that it's buy or you can do a
Huh.
retracement short like a small stop loss and low में तो 18,300 low is 53 so low में we can buy put and 18,400 low is 51 वो भी buy कर सकते हैं. Got it guys?
Yeah.
Chalo. So we'll end the meet for today guys. Enjoy your weekend and Monday we'll again have the Zoom session. Priyanshu, you can join us on Monday. So if you guys are able to join, please join. You can send your friends, family, उनको भी invite कर सकते हो. And we'll collectively together trade and we'll share ideas and no, we are not going to suggest trade, but we are going to share where the market is moving. और कुछ नहीं.
Right, Vishal.
Yes.
Right.
So yes, bye Nitin, bye Vivek. Thank you Vivek for good
Thank you.
explanation. It was very
Thank
good.
you, everyone.
Yes,
Nice
and
interacting with everyone.
yes, Mohit, bye. Nice talking to you. You can join us on Monday if you want. Yes, Priyanshu, you are telling something.
Okay, sir. Thank you for the
Yes,
session.
yes, Priyanshu, welcome. Mukesh bhai, thank you. Mohit bhai, thank you guys. So
Bye, bye, everyone.
see you guys.
Happy
Bye.
weekend.
Yes,
Same there,
happy
everyone.
weekend.
Bye.